All right, how you guys doing? This is your man Bogy, and I'm with J.F.E.W in the house. What up, J.F.E.W?
Going on, Captain Bogy, GB Chris. I'm here ready
Yo.
for the new episode of the CREW
All
Afterhours.
right, and we were with our man GB in the house. What up, GB?
What up, guys? How you doing? Having
All
fun,
right.
man.
As always,
Something
awesome
better.
background. Oh shit, it blanked out. That's all
Nah,
right. I
it's
know
a
it's about to
game.
come
Probably
back
has
on.
no video. It's probably a game that has no video. That's why.
Uh-oh, there we go. The casino is about to give the winning prize. Yeah, pow pow. All right, guys, so welcome here to Season 2, Episode number 26 of the CREW Afterhours. Your kids better be asleep, because us three are here, and we will haunt their dreams. And talking about haunting their dreams, so I have this topic number 1 here, and what I'm going to be talking about is the Halloween franchise. All right. So all of us are familiar with Halloween. Now, what I want to talk about is a different aspect of it. The timelines. All right. So there's a few timelines with this franchise. Now, first, let me ask my panel here of the CREW After Hours, what do you guys know of the different timelines that are going on within this Halloween movie franchise?
Well, let
Man.
me tell you, I am like the expert and not knowing any of this.
Oh shit. Okay. And J.F.E.W.
I will say that I am a big fan of the Halloween movies. However,
Nice.
it is kind of weird because supposedly the murder first started in the, I don't remember if it was 62 or 63, and then all of a sudden Michael Myers has grown up in 1978. So I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell to me
Okay.
exactly the timelines, but if it's a little off because if Michael Myers did start killing in that movie in 78, then he would have been like 16 or 15 or 16 years old.
Okay.
Or I don't know. I'm a little bit lost. You tell me. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no. Okay. No, that's a good start. So definitely the killings of Michael Myers in the Halloween franchise did start in 1978. So that's really our Halloween 1. But when we talk about timelines, uh, there's arguably about 5 different Halloween franchise timelines. Now, I mean, I guess I'll give towards the end, my feelings on that. But let me break it down for you guys so you guys understand, the Halloween movies. But I'm pretty sure you guys have seen most of the movies, right? From the 80s and 90s and also the recent ones.
I've seen 2.
Huh?
I've seen 1 and 3.
Only
I've
1 and
seen-
3?
Yeah, I'm not too huge on like
Okay.
horror movies, especially when it's a guy.
Okay.
It's,
All right, so let's go ahead and delve right into it. So check this out, fellas. So there's basically 5 timelines to this franchise. Because you normally a franchise, let's say like Star Wars or Matrix, I mean, everything is relevant to each other, right? There's a part 1, part 2, part 3, part whatever. And it continues. Now, for Halloween franchise, for some reason, I don't know, I guess the powers to be kind of started changing the movies, the storyline after 1 or part 2 to continue their storyline. So here's the first one. The first timeline includes Halloween 1, 2. Unfortunately, number 3 is always skipped, and you guys know about that one. And then it continues with 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
So that one is called the Loomis Timeline. And as some of you guys know, Loomis is the psychiatrist that has always, tried to either help Michael Myers, or he's the one that has tried to, let everyone know, authorities and people and the townspeople know that, this is pure evil walking around. So that's the first timeline, all right? So the part 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Now there's a second timeline. This one includes part 1, part 2, but it skips 4, 5, and 6. So 4, 5, and 6 that came out in 1988, 89, and 95. So this second timeline picks up from part 2 to H2O. You guys have heard of the H2O, so that's the 20 years later, right? And then Resurrection. So that one is 98 and 2002. So that is another timeline that was created. So in this timeline, they disregarded, parts 4, 5, and 6. Now let's go to the third timeline. No, actually, no. I'll go to the fourth timeline. The fourth timeline is strictly the Rob Zombie movies. So that one, because it created, it had a part 1,
its own universe basically,
and part 2. Now, part 1, and actually I watched it last night for the first time. It was interesting. A lot of critics have said that the Rob Zombie movies, they didn't like him at all. I think it was okay. I haven't seen the second one, but the Rob Zombie Halloween movie part 1, does what the difference that I noticed in the Rob Zombie part 1 compared to the original Halloween movie that came out part 1 in 1978. Rob Zombie kind of goes a little more in depth with Michael Myers as a child. Like the first probably 30, 45 minutes focuses more on Michael Myers as a child growing up.
And also the gore. The crazy gore in that movie.
Yeah. You saw that one?
Yeah, I've seen them all. I wasn't too happy with that one. It just the gore was just too much for me. It was an okay movie, but it was just too gory for me.
Yeah, it's about the time when they're trying to be more gory than scary, really.
So, again, I watched it, and what I did appreciate about it was that there was a little more storyline on Michael Myers as a child. Because in the original 1978 part 1, it showed the child, and then he killed, and you really didn't show much about while he was in the psychiatric ward. And this is something that Rob Zombie explored, so I enjoyed that part. But anyway, so the Rob Zombie part, he did 1 and 2. That's considered, another timeline. Now, the third timeline starts off with Halloween 1 in 1978, and then it jumps all the way 40 years later to the most recent one of 2018. So it goes to Halloween 2018, and then we know that that's a trilogy, right? Because we get Halloween Kills, and then of course at the end of towards the end of this year in October, we're waiting for Halloween. What was the second one? Halloween.
Wasn't it Halloween Kills? I mean, I forgot what the first one was called.
Halloween. Yeah. Anyway,
I'll have to find out. But I know the next one I think is called Halloween Ends.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the one that came out last year was Halloween Kills. And then the one that's coming out this year, which is going to finish this trilogy, is Halloween Ends. But then, so that's the third. That's another timeline where they used Halloween 1 that came out in 1978, and then they jumped 40 years. All right. Now the last timeline. So that, I guess I'm talking about the fifth timeline now. It's really one of my favorite, which is it starts off with Halloween 1, but then of course Halloween 3. All right, so Halloween 3, which of course we know that does not have Michael Myers in it, but there are little mentions and showings of the movie itself. So during Halloween 3, we do see some of Halloween, the Halloween 1 some movie scenes throughout that particular one. So yeah, so believe it or not, there are 5 timelines in the Halloween franchise. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
by the way, the trilogy, I'm looking at an IMDb right now. It looks like they actually just call it Halloween. And then Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends. By John Carpenter. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
actually no, not by John Carpenter. Director David Gordon Green. Sorry.
that's fine. So yeah, so with the Halloween franchise that we're experiencing right now is I guess you can kind of consider it the 5th timeline, because this is what's happening now. So the 5th timeline is just including number 1 that came out in 1978, and then 40 years later, which is kind of whack, man. I don't know about you guys, but I just it's unfortunate. I guess it's the powers that be and the movie companies and
It's
the
called getting
director
making money.
that's in power, and they're like, okay, you know what? We're gonna negate what happened in Halloween 2, and we're gonna start off now with this. Or one of the other timelines, we're gonna negate what happened in 4, 5, and 6, and we're gonna start with only 1 and 2, and then now we're gonna jump to H2O 20 years later. So because H2O, if you watch that, they're negating 4, 5, and 6. So whoever was that director, that's kind of messed up, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah. They're trying to do their own
what do you guys
take. They were
think?
trying to Yeah, they were just trying to do their own take, or how every director is different and they want to do something else. Either that, it's just they're just
But
trying to
that
make another
sucks.
movie. They're just trying to make another movie and get another cash grab with a franchise that makes money, and that's all they're really trying to do.
All right, but how do you guys feel about it? I mean, if you if there was a franchise that you really enjoy, and of course there's tons of them in the last 2 decades. I mean, how would you feel if they went ahead and just because this one guy isn't this producer's in power or this director's in power, and now they go ahead and change everything that you knew into something else.
Yeah, I know the feeling,
A lot
but
of a lot of the
yeah,
Halloween franchise after part 2, and you had part 4 and 5 and the Curse of Michael Myers. It was all over the place. It was just a big night mess of
cluster.
storytelling that didn't make sense. And once they didn't have Jamie Lee Curtis, it just became like a really bad film. Like even like in the 4th and 5th and 6th one, they changed Michael Myers' mask, which was the most imposing part, which made him scary, and they gave him this weird looking look to him. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, man.
I feel like what they did was they were just trying to milk all the money they could during the 80s, because that was the big time for all these horror slashers,
Yeah.
and they just they messed up the storyline. I think part 2 doesn't get enough credit. I thought it was a great film and a great continuation of part 1, but after that, bro, it was just like, wow. Not until we saw Halloween Kills would I say was like, Halloween Kills, and the one before that, I forgot the name of that first one, but those were pretty decent films.
Yeah, 2018 is just called Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the second one is Halloween Kills. And then the last one we're waiting for this October is Halloween
Halloween ends.
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 Yeah.
Halloween Hogan.
Yes.
You're gonna finally get to see how he dies, yo. They said enough with this. Let's kill it.
I
Let's
know,
kill it.
right? Like when I watched this film, I thought this was gonna be it, and the way it ended, I was like, I wanted more, but it's so ridiculous. He survives the house fire, and he's Michael Myers. Like, wow.
Okay, I'm looking at some videos or pictures of Michael Myers in Halloween 5. What the heck did they do? He looks like some dude like
Yeah, that
this.
mask.
I'm like, I just look at him and laugh, yo. I just like, what the heck?
That mask was ridiculous. Now that the girl in that film, she grew up to be a very beautiful woman. She was wow. Um, I think she did come back in one of the Halloween movies, and Michael Myers did kill her. I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of the later films. I'm not sure if it was Halloween with Rob Zombie, but she did come back later on in a Halloween movie, and Michael Myers finished her off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me throw this little wrench in everything that's going on. So, we're expecting this next Halloween movie, Halloween Ends, to be an ending, right? Because Michael Myers, has been around. So at this point, Michael Myers technically is about 50 plus years old. Probably almost 60. And that I will give props to the franchise.
I
That
think older than that, because if it was in the 70s, right? It was like what year? 78, right?
Well, 78 he is when he got out of
78,
prison after he was there for quite a while.
78, he was
Okay.
21, so he'd be like 64 years old.
Oh, okay.
Because isn't Jamie Lee Curtis a little older or no?
No, she was supposed to be a high school student. She was like 18. She was the younger sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, he would be like 60. He would be like 63, 64 in today's time.
Okay. So, but one of the things that is going on is that we expect some sort of end, right, to what's going to come out this October. And the thing is that and let me see if I have him here.
Yeah, because Jamie Lee Curtis is 64, so yeah, he's gonna be like in the 60s.
Yeah, but then remember, he was a younger brother to her, so he was younger by whatever 5 years or 10 years.
Really?
But as for
he was the older brother of Jamie Lee Curtis. She was the younger sister.
No,
yeah, remember
man.
she was in high school, right? She was in high school in the first movie.
He was in high school,
and he was like an adult.
Yeah, he was. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was an adult. Okay, so yeah, so he's probably a little older.
Limping.
Now, but now let me throw this again. This factor into it that the owner of of the franchise for Halloween, I believe. Let me see. I believe his name is Mustafa Akkad.
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, that he had a clause in his rights, and of course, it got passed on to to his kids. That Michael Myers can never be killed. So this is something that whatever they do with this, with Michael Myers and Halloween, that's coming out this year, it has, because legally is a binding contract that Michael Myers cannot be killed in this Halloween franchise. What does that mean?
It's kind of crazy because in one of the movies, I don't remember if it was like Insurrection or H2O, Jamie Lee Curtis, she cuts off Michael Myers' head, and supposedly he's dead after that. I mean, that's why they erased those timelines, because how do you bring him back after she cut his head off?
I know.
Well, I can answer that question. Are you ready for this one?
All right.
So, so his sister, right? She, Lori, she cut off Michael Myers' head off. But if you watch the next episode that came out, the next movie that came out, it was actually Michael Myers had grabbed the ambulance driver, and he kind of, I guess he broke his esophagus, so he couldn't speak anymore. And he put the mask on him. So
Like I said,
the,
copycat.
the Michael Myers that you see getting his head cut off, because if you notice in that scene, that Michael Myers is like this. You know,
Oh,
he's kind of doing some of this,
Mm.
and she chops off that head.
okay. Well, I don't
So
remember.
basically, he
And then
freaking
afterwards,
put
they discover
his mask on somebody else.
that Michael Myers is a freaking genius. And
Yeah,
that's scary shit.
I think for this
The psycho.
particular topic, we should have the Halloween theme song in the background. No, 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 no.
Hey, you know what, man? We almost got copyrighted when I played the last one, and yeah, I don't want to go through that bull crap, man. It actually gave a flag up that, you know, do you know that the copywriter? And I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever you want. So yeah, no, it'd be nice to play some of this stuff, man. But you know, now YouTube is really with the algorithms, they're freaking listening to everything, man. So
Not unless you get a remix version of it. You know, like some people play it with a different instrument in their own style.
Like a
They can do
piano.
that too. Yeah,
hook it up,
like a
man.
piano or whatever.
Hook
I mean,
it up.
I'm not looking for it now.
I was just saying
All
we
right.
don't.
So,
Yeah, I
no,
just thought
it'd be a great idea. No, it'd be great.
I just thought it was fun that you know, with this whole Michael Myers thing.
Oh man, this is no, it'd be perfect to play that in the
You
background.
know, like it's funny. Speaking of Halloween, I have a friend on the Toy Hoarders page on Facebook. He
Yeah.
sells a lot of toys, and I thought about you because one of the toys he was selling, and that thing sold like quickly. It was a toy prop studio set of the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, and it was basically a bunch of figures with the Season of the Witch background,
Oh,
and a bunch of those kids with the masks, like you know,
yeah.
like you know how the kids were dead, you know, like in the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a cool piece, and I was like, man, Bogey will love that piece. But that thing sold so quickly. When I get a picture, I'll send it to you. But it was
Cool, man.
so cool, and it was ironic because he had posted it like 2 days ago, and here we are talking about Halloween again.
So technically, look, and I appreciate that. And you know what? In the next topic, I'm gonna be showing a little something that I got that I talked about the last time.
Actually, you know,
Gonorrhea?
I had mentioned to you that I was like, man, you know, like the Halloween 3 film is a terrible film. But now that you were talking about it, I was thinking, you know what? I may want to watch it again because I'm all about nostalgia and it's been a long time. So I'll probably also order me a Blu-ray copy of the movie and add it to my collection.
Okay, don't get excited. All right, cool, man. Let's talk about that a little more in the next recording. And I just want to mention real quick, I just looked it up right now. Michael Myers is 63 years old.
See, I told you.
As of 2022. Wait a second, what, 2022?
What's up with this
No,
Tony? What's up with the Tony Stark look? What is this? So, want me to call you Iron Man now?
Who?
You.
I always had this.
Huh? You look like Iron Man. You look like Tony.
Oh, maybe from the last time I kept the mustache. So, all right. So,
Actually,
fellas,
let me see how old is it. Michael Myers is actually in his 40s. Wait, no, that's Mike Myers. I looked at the wrong. Okay, my bad. About it.
yeah,
Mike.
very wrong. Mike Myers, yeah, we're not talking about Mike Myers, whoever that guy is, but yeah, Michael Myers, Halloween, the one that cuts a lot of throats. Just
not Austin Powers, no.
Put cut throater, and that'll give you the correct age. There you go. You see, now you got the correct age. All right. So yeah, fellas. So how do you guys like a little bit of that background information on the Halloween franchise of the different timelines that there's out there? So you guys enjoyed that?
And this was definitely a great bogeys. Oh no, wait, wrong show. Oh no.
You can include it.
Hey, yeah, the people got to put it in the comments of what they like, which timeline they like, how they think they see a timeline, if it's different. Yeah, they got to put it in the comments and let us know.
That's it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I like I said, I'm a big fan of the Halloween franchise. If I can get any vintage stuff from Halloween, it'd be really really cool. And yeah, just bringing that up and setting the timelines makes me kind of makes me want to kind of watch some of the films again. I may go back and watch the Rob Zombie movies, but man, when I watched those two, I mean, they told a good story, like you said, about his childhood, but it was just so damn gory, man. And like sometimes you know, like you don't have to have so much gore to bring fear. I mean, have you guys watched The Conjuring? That shit is freaking scary. Huh?
It's all right.
Is The Conjuring with that Japanese girl that goes
No, that's
through
The Grudge. That's The Grudge. Oh wait, with the TV is The Ring.
Oh, The Ring. Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so. Yeah.
If I saw a girl come on my TV, you know what?
All right. All right. So, hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween franchise timeline. Explanation, and check it up. Check it out on your own. You know, there's definitely different timelines. And I guess as a final word, my opinion on this, I feel that it's very unfortunate that adults that have been in power of this timeline could not just keep it, just keep it moving forward. Because I think there's definitely quite a bit that they could have done if they kept it, like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. There was no, oh, this is a second timeline and this is a third. No. They kept the same character with the same storyline, with the same killings, and that's it.
Not Friday the 13th. Did they have like a Friday, Jason in space, a weird face?
Yeah.
Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah. It goes to Manhattan, and I think it was part 10. He went to space, but at least it was the same freaking Jason.
Yeah.
The Jason timelines are so fun. Like all the movies are like in that same type of
Thank goodness.
Feeling. Yeah, it was fun.
It's like Star Wars.
Freddy versus Jason was good too. I like the way they ended it.
I like that too, and those movies have aged really well.
Yeah, listen, it's like they
not the actors in the movie though.
No,
it's like if they take Star Wars and they mess it up, or they take Marvel and they say no, this timeline and that timeline, and no, it's like, you know what?
Yeah,
stop it. Let me enjoy the character I know for the last 40 years. Okay, but don't get buttholed because you think, oh, I think Michael Myers should skip the last 20 years and start from here. No! Or Michael Myers really didn't do part 2, 4, 5, and 6, and let's go 40 years later. No! No, that's not cool, man. Anyway, thank you guys for letting me vent a little bit here.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. So this is your man Bogy here. We are at the end of this topic number 1 of Halloween franchise, different timelines. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So we're going to go ahead and end this with J.F.E.W.
I'm going to be saying this was enjoyable. Game over.
All right, GB.
I'm from this timeline, so who you going to call?
Nice. And this is your man Bogy saying, "Nuff said."